Salam Alaikum everyone. Inshallah you all in the best of health and iman. I have a disclaimer video to make here about the recent debate that I had with Mohammed Hijab in Hyde Park Speaker's Corner on Sunday. Now, first and foremost, why did the Mohammed Hijab side of the video cut the last few minutes of the debate? It's a very important last few minutes of the debate. Why did they cut it? Does it show genuinity, honesty, fairness? It's not good in any way, shape or form. Why did they do that? And it's a very, very important last few minutes of the debate. Now, if you notice, everyone was talking and I stepped in and I said, after I finished my closing statement, that we're all brothers in faith and so on. But I insisted I wanted Mohammed Hijab to have his last 3 minutes because I was just trying to be fair and genuine, really. And he did use his last 3 minutes. Unfortunately, he used it in a way that made him look like he scored a point. He brought 2 issues right at the very end. The second one he never had mentioned before. He brought it in the very last minute. And said Salam Alaikum, cut the video without, it was clear in the video even that I was said, let me answer, and they just cut it. That's not in any way, shape or form the right way to end a debate, by throwing in 2 last, what my friends are calling cheap shots. That doesn't show, genuinity and honesty. Basically, I did say I wanted to answer him, but they cut the video there in the end, and I did answer him, and you can see it in the deleted scene that we're gonna, our brothers are gonna upload. Our video is actually the full debate. Their one, they've cut out this last bit. So the question is that, obviously he called me academically disingenuous, dishonest, liar, all of that stuff in the debate. So why cut the last bit? Who's being academically disingenuous now? So in this deleted scene, I refuted the evidence that he brought the last minute, the one about Imam Ali speaking in Nahj al-Balagha. Obviously it was done very quickly because the environment wasn't very good. There was a lot of people talking, but I made sure to get that answered, but they cut it out, unfortunately. And I also answered again about the issue of, bring us the names of the imams in the Quran. One of the bystanders who was claiming he was ex-Shia, he wanted the answer for this, so I answered him too. But unfortunately, I was too immersed, and there was 5 of them, and they kept interrupting me and keep asking questions, and when I try to answer, they cut me off and they interrupt, and one of them is saying, oh, you're giving a khutbah. Come on, if you're asking me, let me answer. Don't say, you ask me a question and then I try to answer, you say, oh, you're giving a khutbah, stop talking. Wow.
You're all interrupting. It's 5 people versus 1. How is this fair? You're not allowing me to answer. You're not allowing me to answer. You're not allowing me to answer.
Anyway, unfortunately, in the heat of the moment, I forgot to reply also to his to one of his points that he made about wilaya. Yes, I did say that the Prophet used the word Mawla, Wali, Khalifa for Imam Ali, and not about anyone else. And what was very clear from the debate is what I meant by these words. So I made sure that the context of what these words mean, okay, was very well established, okay. I was referring to very specific meaning of these words. For example, basically all of these words meaning Khalifa, and I explained the context that when the Prophet, for example, said Ali is man kuntu mawla fahad Ali mawla, what he meant by mawla is actually awla, whoever I am awla, as in more rightful, which is basically Khilafah, then this is basically the station of Ali. So this is basically the meaning of Khilafah here. Okay, this is the meaning that we meant by the word Mawla. Okay, Not just the general Mawla, believers are Mawla, one of the other. Obviously that doesn't mean that believers are Khulafa, one of the other, or like I'm the Khalifa over you and you're Khalifa over me. That would be terrible nonsense. So this meaning of Mawla as in Awla. Okay, where did the Prophet ever say this about anyone else? This is the question. Okay, and when the Prophet said Wali, okay, he said basically you're the Wali of all the believers after me. Okay, and we know in this context Wali means Khalifa, because he's saying after me. If he meant friend or whatever, then that's already established. It doesn't just say after me. After me establishes that it's Khilafah. And as we said, even according to Umar in Sahih Muslim, the word Wali means Khalifa. So this is the context that I was using the word Wali in. Okay, so when I say bring me a case where the Prophet used these words for anyone else, I meant in this context, obviously, where did the Prophet use this word to mean Khalifa for anyone except Imam Ali? That's the question. Okay, and obviously about the word Khilafah, that's very clear. Where did ever the Prophet say the word Khalifa about anyone except Imam Ali? And obviously I'm calling for evidence that both schools of thought would agree on. So for example, you need to bring me an evidence that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used Khalifa or Wali or Mawla in the context meaning Khalifa, that you are the leader after me for the Ummah. Where did he, for example, say this about Abu Bakr in a narration that is correct according to both schools of thought, that we agree on that is hujjah upon us as well? That's the question. Also, by the way, I meant these about anyone else, I meant anyone, like in particular anyone else, like Abu Bakr for example, not anyone, like the believers are Wali over each other. Obviously it's just a mute point, it just, I don't know. I was really surprised that he used this, what my friends are calling cheap shot. Yet obviously he's the one calling me academically disingenuous. And if you notice, by the way, at 16 minutes and 21 seconds roughly in our upload, in the full version upload, I gave up 2 minutes of my time just so that he could answer the contradiction, that if you say it's appointment, then Abu Bakr is illegitimate. If you say it's elections, then Umar is illegitimate because he was appointed. I gave up 2 minutes. I used 1 minute to ask the question, and I gave up 2 minutes so that he could answer it. Okay, he didn't answer it, and in the end, they didn't let me answer, and they cut off the answer that I put in the last 3 minutes. Who's academically disingenuous, right?
So here's the problem for me. If you say it was appointment, then Abu Bakr's Khilafah is illegitimate. Why? Because he was elected at Saqifa. If you say it was elections, then Umar's Khilafah is illegitimate because he was appointed by Abu Bakr. So which one should I accept? To you.
Are you stopping? You have 2 more minutes.
Yeah, let him answer.
Okay,
in the video, he accused me of being a liar, and he swore by Allah, Wallahi you're lying, or Wallahi you're a liar. And here's the thing, okay, in the first conversation that I mentioned this, Imam Khilafah, all the same points that you guys spoke about, I don't know, verse of purification, whatever, he actually said, let me think about it, write down for me on WhatsApp message what you want to talk about and what sort of setup you want, and let me consider it. And that's what I did. So obviously, it's very clear that I didn't lie on the phone or in WhatsApp, when I said Imam Khilafah, all of these things. Obviously I was very offended that he called me a liar, but I thought, I don't know, maybe he's forgotten or something. And it didn't occur to me to just get my phone out in front of him, look, Khalifa, whatever. But in any case, one advice I'd like to give the brother is, bro, it's very bad to swear by the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over these sort of things. Okay, you're accusing me of being a liar, Wallahi you're a liar and stuff like that. And then when it turns out to be false, it doesn't look good on you at all. It doesn't look good. I don't know what to say. But from our side, if someone from the Shia community swears by Allah about something false, there's consequences for that. You accuse us of taqiyya and all this stuff. If someone from the Shia side swears by Allah and it turns out to be false, they have to give kafara. Okay. Now I don't know about you guys, but at least if I were you, I would apologize for this. In any case, as I said in that message, if you accuse me of lying, may Allah forgive me. And if you're the one lying and accusing me of lying, then may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive you, inshallah. No hard feelings. But we have a hadith that whoever tells another Muslim that he's a kafir, then he himself is a kafir. So basically, whenever you accuse someone of kufr, one of you two is a kafir. And the same thing actually applies to lying and accusing people of lying. If you accuse someone of lying, either they're actually lying and you're right, or you're wrong, which makes you a liar. So this is very dangerous grounds. Don't go in these grounds. Don't go personal. Okay, stick to the academic side. Stick to the discussion. Don't go taking low blows on personal, making personal attacks and stuff like that. That's not very good in any sort of debate. So I don't know who's being academically disingenuous. I don't know really. Another point is about the references of the narrations that I brought. These narrations are very well studied, and your ulama have authenticated them. Some of your strongest narrations that you have. And I was surprised that so easily, nilly-willy, he could just say, oh, this is weak, this is da'if, this is this and this is that, without any evidence or anything like that. Like, come on, your ulama are saying this is sahih on the conditions of Bukhari and Muslim. Some of them say this is one of the strongest hadith, or we have so many chains for this, and you're just saying it's da'if. That's not very academically genuine, just to call it da'if for no reason. I'm the one being accused of being academically disingenuous, subhanAllah. And the point about, if the Imam wants to know something, he will know it in that narration. He's superimposing a meaning, and that is, okay, that this means, according to his understanding, it's not actually said that in the hadith, but according to his understanding, that this means that they have potential for all knowledge, which would make them equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that they could have all the knowledge of Allah. This is his own understanding that he's superimposing on the hadith, and then says that this belief takes you out of Islam, and it's kufr and shirk, and yukhrij sahibuhu min al-millah. Wow, subhanallah, you put words in our mouth and then you do takfir on us like that. Subhanallah. And how many times did we have to say that this is false and we don't believe this? Even the first debater told him, this is false, this is not like that. This is basically Allah giving him whatever knowledge He wants to give him. There's no such comparison between him and Allah. Limited slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala needs whatever knowledge he needs to guide people. That's the knowledge that we're talking about. It's not very nice to put words in other people's mouth and then to takfir on them for that. Okay, so superimposing meanings on other people, it's just if we had said, for example, about what Umar said in Sahih Muslim, that I thought of 3 things and Allah agreed with me. If we had said this about any of our Imams, or maybe even about Prophet Muhammad himself, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, God knows what they would have called us. Right? We say the ilm, the knowledge that the Imam needs to guide people, Allah would give him, and we're being called kafir and mushrik. And Umar on the other side is saying, I thought of 3 things and Allah agreed with me. I know. SubhanAllah, I don't know. It's just who's being academically disingenuous? I don't know. Especially since the first debater answered you already. Why bring it again and again? And I maybe refuted it or answered it 3 or 4 times. I don't know how many times. And he's bringing it. What are you, a parrot or something? Just why keep repeating the same thing? Why keep putting words in my mouth? And I say, no, that's not it. It's false. It's a lie. We don't believe that. Again and again. Oh, he has potential for knowledge, making him equal to Allah. What is this? Are you just a tape recorder? When are you going to stop? When are you going to learn, man? What is this? It's really not good. Okay? It's not academically genuine at all. For goodness sake. And kufr, like this, subhanAllah, be careful, be very careful when you're talking about takfir. You superimpose something on other people. You say this. We say, no, we didn't. We don't say this. We don't believe this. No, your ulama say this. Baba, we don't. Habibi, we don't. Wallah, we don't. What should we do? Taqiyya, you're liars. Oh, come on. And then because you say this, you're a kafir. Academically genuine? Or I'm the one who's academically disingenuous, subhanAllah. But, bro, be careful, Habibi. okay, heart to heart. Okay, the hadith says if you call someone a kafir, then one of you is a kafir. Okay, this is very important. Now, when you say this about hundreds of millions of people, for goodness sake, I don't know what sort of. Be careful with these things. Just be careful. Okay. Yes, and it's very important to know actually that when some of these people, him or his associates, or some of the so-called ex-Shia, when they come out with words like kafir, mushrik, rafidi, majusi, zindiq, it's very important to know that in their fiqh, okay, when you label someone some of these words, that is actually a pretext to kill. So if you look at, for example, some of the fiqh rulings in their extremist ideology, or if you look at what Ibn Taymiyyah says about Rafida, for example, then you will see that for these people, anyone who's called Rafidi or whoever they label as kafir or mushrik or majusi or zindiq or these derogatory terms, it's not just to insult that they intend to insult. It's actually more than just to insult. It's a pretext to kill, because in their fiqh, if someone is labeled as one of these, then their blood is halal and you can just kill them and take their wealth and all of that. So obviously it's very dangerous grounds, okay, to use these words basically as labels for people, because we know what that means and what you're trying to say. Another thing I wanted to mention is at one point in the debate, Mohammed Hijab said he's Wallahi, I'm ready to become a Shia, Wallahi, I'm going to do it, or something like that.
I'm ready to become Shia. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm ready to become Shia.
And it's a bit funny and a bit sad at the same time. When I actually said in the beginning of this debate that I was ready to become a Sunni if you can disprove my argument or my questions, or can answer my questions.
So my proposal is that if you are able to answer my questions, then I'm happy to declare right now and become Sunni. Why? Because these points are what make me a Shia. I was and I am actually very serious about that, and I'm very genuine in saying that, okay? Because this argument is what makes me a Shia. So if that is disproved, then Shi'ism has been disproved, and that's it for me. I'm not a Shi'i because I was born into a Shia family, okay? I'm a Shi'i because I'm convinced that this is the truth after doing all of the research required, okay? So I was actually being very serious and genuine with that. Now on the other side, there was this claim, I'm ready to become Shia and so on. We proved that it's the Sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to appoint every single divine authority, and we have no case in history where he told the people, you choose your own leader, okay? And all the Muslims and everyone who reads the Quran can agree that at least until Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's been no case ever of someone becoming a divine leader based on elections or somehow people choosing him at all. And even Saqifa and I don't know how Uthman was chosen, that's not Allah telling them to do it this way. It's just the people they gathered and they just done that, okay? So we proved it's the Sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to appoint divine leaders, and we see the Sunnah of the Prophet is actually very consistent with the Sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is that when you look at these narrations that we brought, the Prophet is appointing Imam Ali as the Khalifa. He mentioned the word Khalifa in 2 or 3 or 4 times in those narrations, and one time in the verse of the Quran about Musa telling Harun that he's the Khalifa, and obviously Harun, Ali alayhi salam having the same station as Harun, having onto Musa alayhi salam, except prophethood, which means any merit that is established for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is established now for Imam Ali, except prophethood, and that obviously includes leadership of the Ummah. So we brought evidence that the Prophet said Mawla, Imam Ali is the Mawla, but meaning Awla, as we said, or that Wali min ba'di, you are the Wali after me. And we explained how that the context and
the meaning of all of that irrefutably shows that the Prophet is appointing Imam Ali as his Khalifa, as his successor. And, here's the thing, okay? We had no time to go through many more. We have many more. As I said, Allah Mahalli maybe brought 2,000 of these. And, when you put them together, maybe you can doubt one or two, or is this one hadith sahih or not? You can doubt one or two. But when you bring all of these together, okay, it becomes irrefutable. It's too much to ignore. Far too much to ignore. Okay? And obviously, as we said, it's very consistent with the Sunnah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala throughout history. And the Sunnah of the Prophet, if you follow the Sunnah of Allah in history, and if you follow the Sunnah of the Prophet, it automatically leads you to becoming a Shia of Ali. And on the other side, as I mentioned in the debate, and obviously this was also not answered, the other side is very inconsistent. Okay, you say from Adam till Prophet Muhammad, everyone was chosen by Allah. Fine. Yet after Prophet Muhammad, is it elections? If it was, then Umar becomes illegitimate because he was appointed. If you're saying it was appointment, then Abu Bakr is illegitimate because he was elected at Saqifa. So it becomes a very inconsistent argument from the other side, and obviously this was not answered, unfortunately. So I explained the consistency and strength of our side, the Sunnah of Allah and the Sunnah of the Prophet, leading to Imam Ali being the Khalifa. So we should follow him. And the inconsistency of the other side, yet he didn't become Shia. I thought he was ready to do it, but apparently he wasn't. So who's being academically genuine? Anyway. Now here's the thing. I didn't want to mention these personal things about academically disingenuous, or he called me a liar, and show them. But apparently I asked, and apparently I'm not allowed to just leave my reputation to be ruined and be called a liar and all of that, and I should defend myself. Otherwise I would just leave it. But it seems I can't just leave it. I have a duty to show the truth. So I'm sorry, but that's why I'm talking about these things. But for me, really, this debate was not personal at all. Okay, this was about, look, I've got this truth. Okay, this consistent truth from our side. If you can falsify it and explain to me the inconsistency of this side, then I'd be very happy to become one of your ex-Shia active members who, they say they were ex-Shia and now they're trying to bash the Shia all the time. Another thing I wanted to mention is an apology. I want to issue an apology. And here's the thing, okay? In the minute 27, like 27 minutes and 30 seconds into the debate on our upload, on the ShiaNET upload, I brought a hadith, okay, and that is Khalifati min ba'di. And there's another wording for this hadith, and that is illa wa anta khalifati. So basically, very similar hadith, very similar wording, same meaning. But when I was giving the references for these, I treated them as if they are one hadith, and I just gave references like, I don't know, Albani, this, that, this, all that. So what might happen is if you search the Arabic for this and then look, for example, for, I don't know, Albani authenticating it, you might not find one of them, you might find the other one, okay? So it's basically, it's a similar wording, same meaning, no harm really done. But I just wanted to make this very clear. Now obviously, no one actually mentioned this to me or called me out on, or I can't find this hadith in your reference. Are you giving wrong reference? No, it's not a wrong reference. It's just different wording. Okay, the same meaning, different wording. So I just want to make that clear, and I want to apologize if it's not very clear. But obviously, this is how it is with if you don't know Arabic, you might get confused, especially with these things. If you're searching for stuff like that, or asking your friend to search for you, or something. No harm was done in any case, but I want to be genuine, and I want to make it very clear. So I'm sorry if it's confusing, and sorry to brother Mohammed Hijab. But the really sad thing is that, and this is what was the saddest thing maybe, is that no matter what wording is being used by the Prophet about Imam Ali to try and show that he's the Khalifa. No matter what the Prophet does to show that Imam Ali is the Khalifa, the other side would say it's weak for no evidence whatsoever, because I don't know, maybe because I don't like it or whatever. But it's weak, no evidence, just weak. Even all of your ulama, not all of your ulama, but many of your ulama say it's correct, and the references and so on, it's weak. Why? God knows. Or they would try and put a funny spin, like, oh, Khalifati, as in my successor, means no, you are my leader. Very funny and very skillful, subhanAllah, skill. Very, this skill of spinning, I think, these people, I don't know what they call them, spin doctors or something. SubhanAllah, these skills, I don't know, but it's not very academically genuine. That's what, I wanted to say. Okay, another important thing that I really must stress is that I have no affiliation with any group or channel or any party whatsoever at all. Okay, I'm just an individual, just a normal, friendly Shia guy. Okay, and I would refuse any sort of title that is being given to me on the internet. I don't know, some videos are calling me Shia intellectual, another is calling me, I don't know, academic or something. I don't know. I don't consider myself to be an intellectual or an academic or anything. I'm just a normal guy. Okay, I refuse any sort of title or any sort of affiliation with anyone whatsoever. Okay, and even actually, ShiaNET, who actually came and recorded for us this debate, and thank you very much for them, and I thank them for recording and uploading. It's not actually mine. ShiaNET is not mine. Okay. Obviously, I can't control who uploads what or what I'm being called on the internet, whatever. All these titles and stuff. I'm just a mainstream Shia guy, completely not affiliated with any. I also want to apologize to actually my Sunni friends, because I called these guys Sunnis. Now here's the thing I've noticed. Salafi Wahhabis, okay, they really love to call themselves Sunni, and they get upset if you call them anything else, like Salafi or Wahhabi. And if you do call them Sunni, they get happy, but then the Sunnis, the proper Sunnis, who are not Salafi Wahhabi, they get upset. Why are you calling them Sunni? Because they don't represent us. If you call them Salafi Wahhabi, they get upset. Why are you calling us Salafi Wahhabi? We're Sunnis. So, I don't know, I'm sorry to both parties, right? I don't want to label anyone incorrectly. So, yeah, I apologize for that as well. Anyone, okay? Thank you. And by the way, thank you very much to everyone for their support. Really, guys, I have to say this. All praise belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's not me, okay? Truth manifests itself, it reveals itself, no matter how hard they try to spin or hide the truth. Truth in itself reveals itself, even after so much hard work in denying or fabricating whatever. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps the truth very clear and very consistent, and you just know when you see that consistent truth, and you just know within yourself. Yeah. So it's not me or whatever, all this thanks and praise that I'm getting. Thank you guys, but I don't deserve it. Thank you very much, but I don't deserve it. All praises for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all to his straight path, inshallah, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad.